YouTube, are you ready to see this? Look at this. We're gonna not only learn how to calculate the RSI, but then at the very end of it, we're gonna back test just a simple RSI strategy, and we're gonna be able to print out the results exactly like this, showing you where you entered, you exited, and yeah, took profit. Now this is my back tester that I've created. I'm gonna show you guys that, and I'm gonna show you guys how to calculate the RSI just like TradingView. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how to run this strategy backtester, where you can test over about 7,000 combinations, 20 million candles in less than 2 minutes. The old school Python way, which you can only do 72 combinations of 20,000, takes 2.5 minutes, whereas 20 million candles, 7,000 combinations takes less time. So that's because we're using the Nitro Booster here. And at the end of it, the Nitro Booster way allows you to also get this replay, which is not TradingView. Okay, this is not TradingView. This is my own thing. So if you guys are interested in all of that and learning how to do the TradingView calculation, make sure you guys pay attention. Okay. And so, why is it important that we know how to do it like the TradingView way? Well, this is the RSI way, like the standard RSI, but this is not how TradingView does it. If you look under the hood of the RSI right here, and you go to the source code, you'll see here that it has this RMA thing. So if we control click on the RMA, you'll see that it brings up this interesting thing here. Now I'm going to bring up this other website that I found because it makes it a lot easier to read. But you have either you do the SMA once, and then after that you do the alpha times source plus 1 alpha, whatever, and that's how they calculate their RSI. And the way that I know that is because here's the exchange that I'm using, Mufex. It's a DEX. If you guys are interested in that, go down below. If you guys go down below and click on the Linktree link or the social link or whatever the link is, that it's going to be some type of tree link, depending upon when you're watching it. And it'll have a whole bunch of these links down there. Also in the description box, you can get sign up to Mufex or whatever other exchanges that I'm promoting at the time and get some percentage off, but whatever. So anyways, we have this, and if we go over down here, what we're going to do is you can see here that I've already ran this. And so if we bring this down here like this, you'll be able to see, okay, let's take a look at this RSI. So we have 51. You can see that it matches with 51 here. So we're reading just like this, right? So it's 51, and we have, wait a minute. We have 51, then we have 53, then we have 48. And these are super close to being the same. 45.6, 49.3, this one's 49.4, which is basically the same thing, 49.3939. Then we have 45.0. So this is extremely accurate, okay? And so, yeah, we're going to be putting this formula into that again. And so, yeah, again, I'm also offering free, as of right now, free lessons to people who want them, who qualify for them as well. So make sure you guys click on that Linktree link or social link or whatever it is, and join the Discord and Telegram and let me know, hey, I want some coaching, because we've got some strategies that I'm going to show you guys how to make here as well. So how do we make this? Well, let's go ahead and make it, and it's 3 minutes. Jesus Christ, this time is going by so fast when we talk about this stuff. All right, I've tried to make this intro like 6 times and make it shorter, but it just never happens. So I'm just going with this one. All right, so what do we have to do first? Well, we have to get our prices, right? So our prices. Oh yeah, yeah. Just if you ever run into problems or questions or anything like that, just ask me on Discord. And if there's an update to this video because something completely doesn't work or something like that, check the description box and I'll have a link there if there's probably some type of crazy problem. And if there isn't and you just run into a problem, just message me on Discord. Don't put a comment on YouTube because I'm never going to see it. So prices equals candle. So the way I have my candles, because again, I'm using this from my Quant Freedom backtester here. And so let's see here. Okay. So we're downloading these candles. I said I just want 300 of the latest candles. And so here we have the time frame, the open, the high, the low, the close. And the reason why it's like this is because the time frame is pretty big. So you're just gonna have to trust me that's there. So if we want the closing, we have to get, and I'm also under the assumption that you guys understand a little bit of numpy, and so if you guys don't, head over to my YouTube social thing, and then go to general Python tutorials is where I'll have like general numpy stuff. But so this is how we get our array of closes, and so that's going to be our prices equals, and then our period is just going to be 14. That's the standard RSI period, right? So we'll just lock those in. And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to have to shift the prices, because we want to get the what is this called here? So let's look up here. So the first thing that we need to do is get the change. So the way the RSI works is you have to get the change. So we're going to get the percentage change, and then after that we have to get the put it in the gains if it's a gain, and put it in the losses if it's a loss. Okay, so that's what we're going to do right now. So we're going to shift the prices. So we're going to do prices underscore shift equals np.roll and prices. And the reason why we're doing it in numpy is because it's a million billion times faster than pandas, even though pandas is a little bit easier to read or whatever it is. But man, you guys already saw, look at this. I would much rather be able to backtest 20 million candles over 7,000 combinations and in less than 2 minutes than try to go. This is even the non-pandas way that took 2 minutes. This is the numpy way, which is like the fastest Python way you can get without putting in this NB that I have here, this nitro booster. So yeah, if you guys want to be a part of that again. So now we're going to do prices shift 0 is going to be np.nan, because we don't want anything for the first one, because it's not a number. We're just shifting all the numbers, okay? And then we want to get the percentage change equals, so we're going to do prices minus price shift, and we're going to divide that by prices shift. So the percentage change is basically the new price minus the old price divided by this. So if our new price is like 300, our old price was 250, and then you divide it by 250, well then this is going to be a positive percentage because it's 300 minus 250. But if it's negative and our new price is like 200 and this price shift is 250, then that means that we have gone down, which means we're going to have negative. So that's how the percentage change works. It's new number minus old number divided by old number, okay? And so the way this works is you can vectorize, which is you can allow numpy to do all of the work for you, and it's just going to do it one at a time instead of doing a for loop. So if we actually run this and we get our percentage change, you'll see here that we will have a whole bunch, 300 rows or 300 entries of information here. And again, these negative e's or whatever it is, basically it's this. It's just this gigantically long number. Okay, it's a percentage. So we know that the percentage works now, and so the next thing that we'll need to do is we'll need to create the alpha, which is basically just 1 divided by the period. So if we go back up here, we will see that alpha equals 1 divided by length, which that's what Tradingview calls the period for the RSI or whatever it is. So that's what we're doing here. We're going to get the alpha. Then we need to make a gains numpy array. So we're going to do numpy where PCG is greater than 0, put PCG or 0. So we're basically saying inside of this thing here, you'll see that we have some positives and some negatives, and so we're basically saying where it's positive, store that in the gains, and then what we'll do next is we're going to do loss, and then we're going to say where it's less than 0, which is negative, we want the percentage, but we want to switch it to positive because we need everything to be positive. Because if you check over here, we have this negative, but we store it as a positive, okay? We store it as a positive. So this, if we run this, you'll see here that if we do this, we'll have a bunch of areas where it says zeros, and then we'll have some 1s and 2s and whatever it is, and then there's going to be 0s and stuff like that. So we have our losses and our gains, but then on top of that, we also have to make our new RMA gains, well, our average gains. Average gains. I'm just trying to figure out, do I call it RMA? RMA gains. Let's change it to RMA gains. Then we're going to make that equal to np.full like, and we want to make it like the gain, and we're going to put np.name. Okay. Then we want RMA loss, and we can also have it like the gain. Well, let's just put loss just for the clarity sake of it all, right? So now we have a empty numpy array with, well, we have a numpy array the same size as loss and same size as gain that are filled with np.nans. Okay? Right, got it. So far, what have we done? Well, we have got our gains and our losses by having our percentage change, and we put the gains and the losses. Then so where are we at here? So we've done our change, we've got our percentage gains, and now we've got to throw it into our RMA. But if you notice here, based off the code that they have, I forgot I have to zoom in. Oh, I forgot to zoom in on this thing too. Okay, so with this, the very first time you do it, you have to do it based off of the SMA, right? And so what is the SMA? Well, the SMA is just basically you sum up the source, in this case, like the past 14 candles or whatever it is, the past 14 percentage changes, you divide it by the length. That's all you're doing, right? So, let's zoom in on this bad boy too. So where are we at? Okay. So what does that mean? That means that we need to do RMA gain equals, well, RMA gain period equals. So we're saying at the 14th part of the RMA gains, RMA gain, we need to do gain 1 period plus 1. So what does this mean that we're doing? We're basically saying at the 14th period of the RMA gain array, go from 1 to 15, which basically means 1 to 14. Go and grab columns, the information in column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then get the mean of that. So it's just add all those together and divide it by however many there are there. And that's what we're going to put here for the RMA gain. So you'll be able to see here, if we do this, we have a bunch of nans, and then we have a number, which is the average. So what have we just done? We have just calculated the average of the past 14 days. So the way this works is you don't have an average for the first time, so you have an average for the second time. So what we're doing is we're saying 1, right? Because we started at 1. We started at 1 here. So we're saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So this is column number 14, even though it's 15, but it starts at 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, whatever, whatever, whatever. So at column number 14, what is the mean of the past 14 entries? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, including this one. And the mean of that is, at least for what we're doing, since we're doing the changes, for this is this number right here. It's like 0.04%, okay? Or actual computer numbers is 0.0004, okay? And so we need to do that for the RMA loss. We need to grab the loss and do the same exact thing. So we have RMA, and I think this is going to be 0 because... Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, it's not going to be 0. It's the past 14. So that's what we have for that. Okay. So now that we have that, the way that TradingView likes to do their thing is, okay, after you have got your RMA, your number one RMA, because it's saying here, if there is none or something like that, then you do this. So you have to do this first for your first thing. Then after that, you do alpha times source, which is your current current change, plus 1 minus alpha times your previous change. So for whatever reason, TradingView went completely backwards. And the way numpy works is if you do 1, you're choosing column 1, whereas in Pine, whatever it's called, Pine script, this means previous, which is very weird. So what does that mean that we have to do? Well, let's write it out. So we need RMA gain. Well, let's not even do that. We need alpha times gain. Fuck, we have to put a for loop. For I in range, period, plus 1, because we've already done period, so we need to start at period plus 1. Period plus 1, gain dot size, right? So we want to go from period plus 1 all the way to the end of the gain, or we could do RMA gain or whatever it is. They're all the same size. So what do we need to do? We need to get the RMA gain. Did I say RMA gains? I think we're going to do gains. Percentage changes. Changes. These are changes. All these are going to be changes. Okay? Then these are going to be gains. This is gains. Losses. Loss is. Losses. Gains. Losses. Losses. Okay. So now that the OCD has been okay, let's run all this stuff so that everything's good now. So we'll do gains. Okay. So RMA gains I, which is going to be 15 for the first one, equals, now this is what we're going to put in the formula. Alpha times gains I less 1 minus alpha times RMA gains I minus 1. So what does this mean? So let's say this is 15. We're going to say, give me the 15. So we go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 15, this is the 15th column. And inside that column, put the answer to this equation, which is going to be the alpha, which is 1 over period, times gains I, which is going to be basically, gains is going to be this one right here. So let's just pretend it's this one. And we're going to multiply that by the alpha, and then we're going to add it 1 minus alpha. We're going to do that calculation. Then we're going to say, give me the previous RMA gain, right? And so that's what we have going on here, which is alpha times source plus 1 minus alpha times the previous RMA. That's what this stands for, previous RMA. Now that we have one, that's going to work now. So that's why we're also running our for loop at period plus 1. So now what do we need to do? We need to duplicate this and just do losses. And then this needs to be losses. And then this needs to be losses. Right? And then, so now what we do is we run this. And now we look at our RMA gains. And now you can see we got a bunch of numbers in here. Right? So, and we look at our RSI, RMA losses. And so now what we've basically done is we've done this, and basically we've done this chart right here, right? So now we have our RS, which is our relative strength. Okay, so well, actually no, we don't have our relative strength. We just have our RMA gains and our RMA losses. So if we go over to here, well, if we go over to here and we look at this, we have basically just done this part right here, up and down. So now we've got to do our RSI thing. Okay, so let's go back down over to here. So now let's get the relative strength. So RS equals RMA gains divided by RMA losses. And so again, that is this part right here, which is this 14-day average gain divided by 14-day average loss. So that's your RS. So that's what we're doing here. And again, because it is vectorized through numpy, we'll just put this in and it'll automatically do everything. And so we'll have our RS, which is now just one array of all the answers of, you know, column 1 divided by column 1, column 2 divided by column 2, column 3 divided by column 3. All right. Where are we at now? Okay, so now we have to calculate the RSI. So we're going to do RSI equals 100 minus parentheses 100 divided by 1 plus RS. Okay, so we're going to take this and we're going to apply 1 plus to each one of these columns. Then we're going to divide each one of these columns or one of these entries by 100. Then we're going to subtract 100 from each one of these columns. Boom. And if we look at this, and we say, okay, wow, we got the same answer as we did previously. So again, to double check this, because it's been some time since we last did it, we have to find out, okay, I think we are here, yeah. So you can hopefully, well, oh boy, did I just do all of that with the wrong window? If I did, I don't know where we stopped off, but okay, so we're here with the RS equals RMA gains divided by RMA losses. So now we have done, oh boy, I need to move this over here so I can see it a little bit better. Okay, so we've with RMA gains and RMA losses, oh god, I don't know where I left off, if I did do anything wrong. So we've done this, and then now we've done this part, and then now we come down here. That's how we get our RS. Now to calculate the RSI, we do 100 minus 100, and it does all of the calculation for us, and we have this, okay? So the final formula basically looks like this, okay? So let's change some things over here in this. So I'm going to say this is this. We're going to say this is this. I'm going to call this gain. It's gains. This. Change all this. Okay, so I've changed everything in my own personal formula. Again, you guys can use this through my Backtester. All right, and so let's go over here. So this is what the final thing is going to look like, where we shift the prices, we get the percentage change, we get the alpha, we get the gains and losses, we get the RMA gains. The first one is just going to be the SMA, and then here we'll run through and do it like this. Then we'll get the relative strength, and I'm on the wrong fucking screen. So yeah, this is basically what it is. I've already explained it. I was on the wrong screen. That's your guys' fault. Anyways, so we have it, and now we have to check it. And if we go back over to what I had previously with the Mufex exchange, which was the one that I'm using, I have to just make sure that I'm on the right thing here. So Mufex, this is the exchange. And let's look. So here's where we started. So 51.5, 53.9, 48.9, 45.6, 49, basically 4, 45.0. So it all seems to be lining up perfectly fine. So now we've basically just done all of it. We have got the RSI, bam. And so now, Let's go back down to here. Let's grab this. Let's put this back up to here. All right. And so we've done all that. So now you guys might be wondering, what about this thing? Well, this is available for the people who are really serious about it. If you guys are interested, you guys can go down to the socials and let me know, hey, I'm serious. I know about trading. I know about how to make strategies and code and stuff like that. So I want to have access to being able to see the replay of my back test, so that way I can know that it's working properly. Then just go into the Discord and let me know, like, hey, I have some skills. We'll test out the skills and see where you're at. And if you know and I don't have to help you a lot, then I'll give you access to the main one. All right. And if you don't, then if you don't have the skills and you want to learn, hey, that's great too. So I can help you out with that as well. Just go into the Discord, let me know what your skill level is. Say, hey, I'm ready. I want to use the Backtester. I've got some strategies to test, and I can help you out. I can help you learn about programming. You just have to be motivated and really serious and want to learn. Okay. But for all the other people that, you know, whatever, and they just want to use it casually or whatever it is, you guys can use the version right here, which doesn't have access to the replay and is a lot slower, but it'll help you get started because you don't really need to be testing a whole bunch of different ideas and stuff like that. You just need to learn how to actually code it to start out with. Okay. But anyways, here, how does this work? Well, we've got our exchange here. We're setting the exchange settings. We're setting our back testing settings. You don't have to worry about all that stuff. Here we've got a bunch of different order settings, like how much to trail the stop loss by, when to trail the stop loss by, what candle body should we be trailing the stop loss by, how far should we look back to place our stop loss, all sorts of different options here. We are testing out different risk to rewards. We are trading with a specific amount of like our max equity, how much of that equity can we have at risk, all of these different things. Then we're setting our increased position type. We're setting our leverage to be all types of different settings here that you can do. And you can also run this strategy live, you guys. Okay, so you guys can see here I have live trading, and then our main, we also have this live mode here, which hooks you up to an exchange, and you can just get up and running. So when you find a strategy that you like this, you just plug in the numbers here, like you can see in this example. For the strategy, you just plug in the index. For the order settings, you just plug in the index and then it runs. So the index here, then the index here. So let's say that I liked this strategy right here. In the main, I would just plug in 0 and 6. So I'd put 6 here, I'd put 0 here, and then boom. It would, you know, you just run it and then it goes live. So anyways, so here we went through and got all the order results. So if we print this out, you'll see that this is each and every single order that it placed. So here at this timestamp, it filled an entry. We filled an entry at this timestamp. We got our stop loss filled. We filled an entry, and so we do all that. And we send all that information over to the local host, which is where it gets all this information here. And you can see that it's moving the stop loss. We entered, we took profit here. We took profit here. We got stopped out here. We got stopped out a couple of other times, and blah, 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 took profit. These are where our take profits are even being placed when we're placing our take profits. And so you can see here, this is 3,000 candles. Look at this. Moving our stop loss, moving our stop loss, moving our stop loss. You can see everything that's going on, which is pretty crazy. And then also, again, you can just watch the replay, right? You can just watch it happen in real time. Okay. And so, yeah. And like I said, this thing is extremely stupid fast, especially when it's cached. If I just run this right now, since it should be cached, it'd probably take like a minute or something like that to go through 20 million different possible combinations because of the cache. But anyways, I think that's about it. So again, you guys can make this yourself, or you can use this. I have a bunch of other indicators that I'm going to be adding from TradingView. If you guys have any other indicators or anything like that that you would like to add, let me know in the Discord or in the Telegram. And I guess that's it. Again, go to the socials down below, join the Discord, join the Telegram if you want to ask me some questions. Again, I'm giving away lessons for free right now to people who qualify. And to qualify, all you got to know is just let's have a conversation. Let's talk for a little while. We'll see where your skill level is at. We'll see where your motivation level is at. But if not, then I am offering paid lessons as well. to help you with your strategy. I also can help. You can pay me to build your strategy, and we can backtest it in this backtester, because I built this thing, right? So I should be the one to be able to help you out here. So this strategy right now is just a simple buy when the RSI is low, which you should not do. And I guess it's not cached, but I mean, again, 20 million combinations in less than 2 minutes is pretty insane. So I guess it is cached. So you can see here all these results. Yeah, pretty insane. And so we have this to the upside score as well, and shows you your gains, your wins, your losses, your fees that you paid $1,000 worth of fees. That's insane. Yeah, what else is there? I guess that's it. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed, hopefully you guys learned something, and catch you on the next one.